Power is given only to those who dare to lower themselves and pick it up. Only one thing matters, one thing: to be able to dare. To live without hope is to cease to live. If there is no God, everything is permitted. Happiness does not lie in happiness, but in the achievement of it. The greatest happiness is to know the source of unhappiness. Beauty is mysterious as well as terrible. God and devil are fighting there, and the battlefield is the heart of man. Deprived of meaningful work, men and women lose their reason for existence. They go stark, raving mad. To love someone means to see him as God intended him. Much unhappiness has come into the world because of bewilderment and things left unsaid. A real gentleman, even if he loses everything he owns, must show no emotion. Money must be so far beneath a gentleman that it is hardly worth troubling about. The cleverest of all, in my opinion, is the man who calls himself a fool at least once a month. It seems, in fact, as though the second half of a man's life is made up of nothing but the habits he has accumulated during the first half. Realists do not fear the results of their study. One can know a man from his laugh, and if you like a man's laugh before you know anything of him, you may confidently say that he is a good man. There are things which a man is afraid to tell even to himself, and every decent man has a number of such things stored away in his mind. The formula 2 and 2 make 5 is not without its attractions. Men do not accept their prophets and slay them, but they love their martyrs and worship those whom they have tortured to death. Man, so long as he remains free, has no more constant and agonizing anxiety than find as quickly as possible someone to worship. Man only likes to count his troubles, but he does not count his joys. If you were to destroy the belief in immortality in mankind, not only love but every living force on which the continuation of all life in the world depended, would dry up at once. There is no subject so old that something new cannot be said about it. It is not possible to eat me without insisting that I sing praises of my devourer. A novel is a work of poetry. In order to write it, one must have tranquility of spirit and of impression. Believe in yourself. Have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers you cannot be successful or happy. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Don't watch the clock, do what it does. Keep going. I don't believe you have to be better than everybody else. I believe you have to be better than you ever thought you could be. If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. The true measure of a man is how he treats someone who can do him absolutely no good. Good things do not come easy. The road is lined with pitfalls. A true friend is someone who thinks that you are a good egg even though he knows that you are slightly cracked. If you don't think every day is a good day, just try missing one. A good listener is not only popular everywhere, but after a while, he knows something. On the whole, human beings want to be good, but not too good, and not quite all the time. A man is called selfish not for pursuing his own good, but for neglecting his neighbor's. Good leadership consists of showing average people how to do the work of superior people. I believe that every right implies a responsibility, every opportunity, an obligation, every possession, a duty. Do you know the only thing that gives me pleasure? It's to see my dividends coming in. Don't blame the marketing department. The buck stops with the chief executive. The best customer service is if the customer doesn't need to call you, doesn't need to talk to you. It just works. The more you like yourself, the less you are like anyone else, which makes you unique. We believed in our idea, a family park where parents and children could have fun together. People still think of me as a cartoonist, but the only thing I lift a pen or pencil for these days is to sign a contract, a check, or an autograph. True love cannot be found where it does not exist, nor can it be denied where it does. Does it feel good to stand on my stage with 500-pound tigers and everybody envy you? Absolutely. No one is perfect. Absolutely no one. Like precious stones, we have a few flaws, but why focus on that? Focus on what you like about yourself, and that will bring you happiness and peace. I'm a real paradox. Because I'm a very serious person, and I take my work very seriously. But I wrap it up in a court jester and a clown and make people laugh and make them feel good about themselves.